Yep.
Just stay there. 1, 2, 3. Cheese. Rightio, thank you. Okay, now we'll do enough seats. And start. Stairs and path, guys. Into your freezers and don't move. Sarah, do you want to go in your trench now? Find your spaces, please. You might become a bit red. I can stand at the top of the stairs and take pictures as they come up.
Of course you can.
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, staff, students and friends of Cherrybrook Technology High School, welcome to this very special occasion. My name is Jill Humphries. I and my fellow Vice Captain, Richard Gelson, will be the compend of today's proceedings. Please stand and join Bryony Thomas of Year 12 as she leads us in the National Anthem.
At attention, Shan.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil, world for toil, our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome to our school today the Honourable John Watkins, New South Wales Minister for Education and Training, the Honourable Philip Ruddock, Federal Minister for Immigration and Multicultural and Indigenous Affairs, and Minister assisting the Prime Minister for Reconciliation, Mrs. Heki Sizlowski, Director General, Secondary Education, Department of Education and Training, Mr. Dennis Osborne, Superintendent, Hornsby District, Department of Education and Training, Mr. Michael Richardson, Member of Parliament for the Hills, Mrs. Jeanette Hooper, President, Cherrybrook Technology High School Parents and Citizens Association, and Mr. Stephen Reid, President, Cherrybrook Technology High School School Council. Apologies have been received from Ms. Jan McClelland, Relieving Director General of Education and Training, and Mr. Stephen.
Thank you, Richard. To both the ministers, Mrs. Sizlowski, and all our official and valued guests, thank you for coming today to help Cherrybrook school community celebrate the opening of these extensions. The combination with our 10th birthday celebration gives this ceremony added meaning and significance. To mark our move into double figures, we are both celebrating the achievements of a decade and reaffirming goals for the future. We already have had Birthday Hat Mufti Day, where just this once, the money raised isn't for a worthy charity, but will provide outdoor seating for students. We've held special assemblies, where ex-students spoke of their affection, pride and respect for their school, where we've shown archival video footage of important milestones in our short history, and where the 1,680 students of Cherrybrook have eaten 1/4 of a tonne of birthday mud cake between them. There are other events and reunions planned to give everyone a chance to meet, to reminisce and to reinforce the reasons why we all know that this is such an exemplary public secondary school. It is my privilege and my joy to lead the professional, innovative and committed staff, the united, talented and motivated students, and the appreciative and supportive parents. Cherrybrook Technology High School has gone from strength to strength, and from 400 to almost 1,700 in 10 years. The demand for enrolment seems to grow every day, and even though we take almost exclusively local students, many others want to attend, some even moving their home in order to achieve just that. In the mid-90s, it was clear that we would outstrip the permanent accommodation and that the need for additional rooms and facilities was not a transient one. Many associated with the school and the community helped us put the case and gain support for the new permanent learning facilities and areas, and I thank everyone from the school council through to governments who helped us, who recognised the need and who provided the funds to make this a reality. Just where the new accommodation could go was a vexing question, as there was little room not being taken up by demountables, and of course these were all still needed during any building phase. The solution to build on top of the original single-storey admin building was a bold and brilliant one. I thank the Department of Public Works architects and planners and the Department of Education and Training project managers for their willingness to develop a solution that allowed the students and teachers to work uninterrupted in classes whilst this major project happened around them. I also thank my staff particularly the ancillary, for coping with all the difficulties of working amidst the noise and disruption and still providing quality service to everyone. Thanks also to the staff and students of John Purchase Public School who found themselves caught up in our building project. The relationship we enjoyed with personnel from Richard Crooks Construction was open, friendly and cooperative. Even when at regular intervals they accidentally managed to cut through every essential service to the school, plunging us into darkness or no water. Humour, understanding and a lot of hard work had us connected in double quick time, and we thank them for that and for the quality of work that marks this facility. I know my staff and students are really enjoying the flexibility and resources provided in their new learning spaces. Following this brief ceremony, I hope that many of you will not only join us for morning tea, but will walk through the building and see just how well the built environment can enhance the learning that takes place inside. 10 years ago, we had our first opening, only months after the school commenced. And as a fledgling school with years 7, 8 and 11, we hadn't had time to develop bands or choirs, and so the whole school became the choir, to hum a European folk round that our then cluster director, Deanna Herman, was particularly fond of. We had a lot of trouble, and the humming in the ceremony was getting closer, and our singing was getting worse. In desperation, Carol Wimmer, our drama teacher, took the tune and penned words. The problem was solved, and High on the Hill became our unofficial school song.
Given the significance of today, the sighting of this building on the hill with its impressive entrance that now welcomes everyone, it seemed appropriate to come full circle and to dust off High on the Hill for your enjoyment. Thank you very much.
The school vocal groups will now sing the round that was sung by the school as a welcome to visitors at the official opening of the school 10 years ago.
Please welcome the President of the Parents and Citizens Association of Cherrybrook Technology High School, Mrs. Jeanette Hooper, who will speak about what the school means to the Cherrybrook community.
To the distinguished guests here this morning, I say thank you. I thank you on behalf of the people of Cherrybrook. You've listened to us, you've communicated with us, you've responded to us, and you've worked with us for more than a decade. This school was a mere dream of a small number of people in the community. All of you and the organisations you represent have assisted the people of Cherrybrook to gain and to maintain an exceptional place of learning in our community. There is no doubt that when students, parents, teachers, community and government officials work together, problems are resolved, great things are possible, and the young people of Australia are assured of the very best that society can offer. As a parent, it is a privilege to be here this morning to celebrate the opening of this fine new building. Today we have much to celebrate within the community in Cherrybrook. Parents, staff and students have shared an exciting journey, and I know I speak for all parents when I say it has been with great pride that we've been able to observe this school evolve. It has amazed us all by growing into the largest public high school in New South Wales, with a reputation for excellence, innovation and vision. At the same time, it has been establishing itself at the very heart of our community. We know the education of the young people of Australia cannot be left entirely to the Department of Education and its schools. In the Cherrybrook community, parents acknowledge this, and they have throughout the past 10 years worked with the teachers and the broader community to ensure that the students in this school gain every possible opportunity to receive a rich and diverse education of the highest level within a caring, happy and attractive environment. We are fortunate that within our community, family life is greatly valued, and that there is a true appreciation of the importance of education and school life for our young people. The commitment to the welfare and the education of children and adolescents is a feature of this community, and it has always been encouraged and indeed nurtured in the local primary schools and in the high school. Cherrybrook Technology High School offers an exceptional example of public education. The Department of Education can take great pride in this centre of learning and all that has been achieved within these grounds. Cherrybrook is a young and dynamic community which has been developing rapidly. This school has grown with the community, and it has in some ways been defined by it. CTHS has always had the full support of the local community, and in turn the school has provided the families of Cherrybrook with unreserved support in times of celebration and in times of crisis. Just as parents have worked hard to provide moral support, financial support and practical support throughout the past 10 years for the students and staff, so too has the school excelled in providing support for community activities, support for families in crisis, and above all else, open and honest communication as issues arise. There are times when young people are portrayed in a less than favourable light, and indeed we have our larrikins within this school. But at CTHS, the parents, staff and students take great pleasure in celebrating the amazing talent, the fine thinking and the wonderful potential of our young people, while openly and honestly communicating on any issues of controversy, resolving issues where possible and providing strong support where necessary. This is an open place of learning, a place where community groups interact. The gates are seldom shut. Over the years, in out-of-school hours, there have been church youth groups, Chinese language school, Chinese cookery classes, music, dance, computer classes, major drama and musical productions, and YMCA for all the community to share. This is an environment bursting with the unbeatable energy of youth. There is a warm welcome when one enters the school, and the overall sense of harmony is quite exceptional. I believe the involvement of parents within the school has contributed strongly to establish and maintain the particular caring spirit of Cherrybrook Technology High School. It is the people that make a good school, not just the buildings, and the response to the 10th anniversary celebrations is a reflection of the great respect, the bond that exists, and the affections that the school and those associated with it have generated. The commitment and the involvement of parents has consistently been initiated and nurtured within local primary schools. It is within these schools that attitudes towards education and school have been established and the community spirit is first ignited for many families. We know we are fortunate to have students entering CTHS with good attitudes and strong foundations. And we thank the principals of these local primary schools for the wonderful work they do. I would like to particularly pay tribute today to Lynn Wentman for her outstanding leadership, her professionalism and her warmth. She is greatly admired and appreciated within the community for her tireless efforts to make this the best school possible. One which makes us all proud. With the support of Peter Gillam and Dave Wilson, we know we have had a unique and special team. Together they have guided and supported teachers as well as the parents of Cherrybrook and given the school direction with great wisdom, good humour, tolerance and great understanding of the youth of today. They have supported presentation staged within the school, assisting parents to come to terms with social issues to gain some insight into modern education and the need to equip our young people to live in a global society. This school is an important and integral part of our community. CTHS has given and continues to give a great deal to our community. It has united the community in a very special way and helped us all to develop a heightened respect for and an appreciation of the young people around us. It provides many opportunities to showcase the uniqueness of modern youth with all it has to offer, not only to our local community, but indeed to the world. From the parents and the broader community, I thank Lynn Wentman and her team sincerely. Together we have helped to establish more than a school, rather an outstanding place of life and learning in the heart of our community. We know the young people from this school will emerge confident in their individuality as caring, well-educated, productive citizens who will go on to contribute richly to society.
May I now introduce the school captains, Elizabeth Sercombe and Cato Morgan, to speak about what the school means to the students.
Special guests, ladies and gentlemen, students. From a student's point of view, Cherrybrook Technology High School is a wonderful place to grow and achieve together. Education is of fundamental importance to our lives. It is here at school that we experience the many trials and triumphs of being adolescents and encounter one of the most stressful periods of our lives, the higher school certificate. A good school environment is vital, as students need to be able to achieve and develop in an atmosphere that is safe and secure. At Cherrybrook, we are blessed with hard-working teachers, good facilities, and a short but proud history of academic, cultural and sporting achievements. Being part of a multicultural school is a privilege to all students, as we experience a wide range of values and practices and realise the benefits of being part of a strong community. A school such as this exemplifies the great advantage of public education. By embracing the individuality and ideals of all students, it has become more than just a student body. It is indeed a small community of more than 1,800 Australians who represent the ideals, goals and ambitions of the wider Australian society.
So, on this special day, as we celebrate the official opening of our new school building, it is important that we recognise that a school is much more than a building. A school is a place where foundations for life are laid, where students are nurtured, developed and encouraged, as well as educated. Cherrybrook Technology High School is turning 10. It is growing up just as its students do. Let us hope that this new building will keep our school's light shining even more brightly than it has in the past. As students, we feel privileged to attend this school. We shall love the new building and its facilities as much as we did the old. Cherrybrook is a great place to learn and grow, and a place of which to be very proud.
One of our very talented Year 12 students, Peter Wang, will now play Argentinian Dance by Alberto Ginastera.
Thank you, Peter. Mrs. Wenton will now introduce the Minister for Immigration, Multicultural and Indigenous Affairs and Minister assisting the Prime Minister for Reconciliation.
Thank you, Richard. It's my pleasure to ask Mr. Philip Ruddock to come to the microphone and to speak to the Assembly. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Richard and Lynn. Can I welcome Minister John Watkins to my electorate and that of my colleague, Michael Richardson. Can I acknowledge the presence of Councillor Nan Horn, representing the Mayor, but also as Deputy Mayor of the Shire of Hornsby, Dennis Osborne, the Hornsby District Superintendent, the representatives of the Commonwealth Department of Education and Training, the School Council President, Stephen Reid, Janet Hooper, the President of the Parents and Citizens Association, visiting principals and other distinguished guests, students, staff, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here in a representative capacity, even though I'm in my own electorate as the member for Barara, but I'm also representing today the Commonwealth Minister for Education and Training, Brendan Nelson. And I'm sure he would want me, as the Minister for Indigenous Affairs, to say first that I am standing here, even at Cherrybrook Technology High School, on the traditional lands of the Eora peoples, the Eora Nation, and the Durrock clan, I think, which comes from this region. And we have a rich heritage in their heritage, which is part of our heritage. And I think at a school like this, which is so indicative of the great talents and capacities that we gain through the cultural diversity of our migration programs, it's a great pleasure to be here and to see how well we all do as Australians and how we function here in Cherrybrook as a community. Mention has been made that this school is 10 years old. Now I know that because in your early history you started off at Pennant Hills. And I lived at Pennant Hills as a youth, as I do today, and I used to ride a horse up and down Purchase Road and Shepherd's Lane. I'd come out through Boundary Road and see this site. And of course today it is the home of so many of the people that I have the great privilege of representing in the Commonwealth Parliament. And of course it has the great need for the full range of service and facilities. And one of the very important community facilities that we need to have, of course, are our great public schools. And here at Cherrybrook, today I am here, and I suspect I'm only here because the Commonwealth has made a substantial contribution to the building that is before us. And on this occasion, the Commonwealth has made a contribution of some $3.145 million. And that's a very substantial contribution. And as the local member, I'm pleased to see some of our hard-earned taxes coming back to us as a community. I'm not often able to say here in Barara that there has been such a substantial Commonwealth contribution to a facility of this type. But of course, these facilities, as has been mentioned, are crucial to enabling students to be able to realise their potential and to attain their goals in life. And of course, it will provide the school with the greater opportunity to prepare all of you for those great challenges of the 21st century. And of course, a building like this doesn't happen without a great deal of planning and work, and I want to pay full credit to all of those who have been involved, particularly the principal and the school community, and the Department of Education, all those who have been involved in bringing this project to fruition. Of course, the capital works have involved the construction as a new two-storey building on the old administrative facility which I've been in before. And the Commonwealth, I think, is contributing, as I said, $3.145 million to a total project cost of almost $3.5 million. Now, this, of course, is the largest secondary school in New South Wales. It's one of only 11 designated specialist schools. It's had a special emphasis upon technology, and I know that that has played a very important part in the program of so many students, but I've had the opportunity over time to see the many other activities in which the school community is involved. And I've also had the opportunity to witness the very active Parents and Citizens Association that you have here. And I know through their activities they've been complementing the state and Commonwealth funding that you receive here to the tune of something of the order of $100,000 that they raise and more to supplement the important school programs here. And that's evidence of the outstanding school community and parent community that we have. Of course, in education, the Commonwealth is a partner with the state in contributing to public education. And in the year 2003, the Commonwealth will be contributing something of the order of $6.5 billion to schooling generally. And that's an increase of some $475 million overall, or 7.9% over the previous year. And this funding includes, of course, the $322 million for capital projects in schools around Australia of the sort that we're seeing here. And for government schools in New South Wales this year, the Commonwealth is providing $77 million for building projects such as we see here. Further, Commonwealth is assisting government schools with some $811 million, an increase of 52% in federal funding since 1996. And I say that because very often the nature and size of that contribution is left unstated. It is a partnership in which the Commonwealth supplements the very important role that state governments undertake as the primary funder for government schools, but it does demonstrate the Commonwealth's commitment. And of course we do see here through the other programs in which the Commonwealth is involved, Discovering Democracy program, the issue of appropriate support for students with disabilities, the Commonwealth supporting the right of children with disabilities and learning difficulties to the same educational opportunities as others, is a demonstration of the way in which we work to help with educational opportunities in the public sector. And one area clearly identified for need and assistance is the support for teachers to help students with disabilities. But another important area has been in the area of literacy and numeracy. It's a key social justice issue in education that we ought to be able to know that we are obtaining through our school system the best possible outcome for students. And we're able to demonstrate that now with the establishment of national standards or benchmarks to ensure student performance against these standards are being publicly reported. And it's a major policy objective of the Commonwealth to ensure that all young people in Australia do have the essential skills in literacy and numeracy to ensure their future development. And these skills, of course, do open the doors to additional learning. the opportunities that all of you will seek through a sound foundation established here to further career development. These skills are the key to future employment. That's why they are so important and why these schools are so important to us all. And I do want to pay a tribute to those who are involved in ensuring sound education here at Cherrybrook. But I also want to say that there are other important social objectives that we seek, and the Minister for Education has reminded me, Commonwealth Minister for Education, that there is an unwavering belief that there should be no illicit drugs in schools. And to this end, through the National School Drug Education Strategy, the Commonwealth is working in partnership with the states. And I know that my colleagues here today, John Watkins and Michael Richardson, accept the importance to confront substance abuse and issues specific in each jurisdiction, and to develop safe and supportive learning environments. And we're committed to mending the damage that drugs have done and to educating young Australians about avoiding that trap. The government is also working in close partnership with students, parents, teachers and community members through the local school community drug summits to establish how best to address these sorts of issues. But there are many other areas in which the government, the Commonwealth Government, works to assist, and I mention at the request of the Minister for Education some of these. Online curriculum content for Australian schools, the Australian Students' Prize, the English as a Second Language program, which I think is important in the context of a school like this. The school's science education, because science is such an essential component to education in all of our Australian schools. The National School Science Project and the new Science and Maths Olympiads, which are, I think, a complement, and for which a school like this in particular is very much involved. But regardless of this contribution and the areas in which the Commonwealth and State work together in partnership, a school like this would not succeed without the very, very important leadership that it receives. And I want to commend the principal, Lynn, you and all of your colleagues for the work that you are doing, and Dennis Osborne through you, to the many other principals and teachers that we have working in this community for their efforts in achieving the outstanding educational outcomes which I know are reflected in all of our schools in this community. It's something that makes me particularly proud as a local Member of Parliament. But finally, I'd like to congratulate Cherrybrook Technology High School on its achievements, and to compliment the staff here. I must say, I'm going to have to meet that music teacher. He's obviously very talented to be able to produce who played so well for us here today. And I want to commend all of the staff. And John Watkins, to you, I'm delighted to see you here at Cherrybrook, and I look forward with you in declaring open these facilities. Thank you very much.
Please welcome Mr. Dennis Osborne, Superintendent of Schools, Hornsby District, who will introduce the Minister for Education and Training.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, students of Cherrybrook Technology High School. It is my very pleasant duty today to introduce to you the Minister for Education and Training, the Honourable John Watkins MP. Occasions such as this are mightily enhanced by the presence of the Minister for Education and Training. It is particularly significant that the Minister is here today at Cherrybrook Technology High School, as Cherrybrook is a lighthouse school for New South Wales public education. As a lighthouse school for public education, Cherrybrook Technology High School demonstrates in full measure all of the factors that make public education great, and so critically important to the ongoing health and of this wonderful democratic country of ours, Australia. Cherrybrook Technology High School takes all comers from within its area. It guarantees equality of educational opportunity to all who enrol. It has its endeavours underpinned by a strong set of values and ethics, and it offers a fair go for all. Minister, the Cherrybrook Technology High School community is most pleased that you've been able to join us here today on this very special occasion. Thank you sincerely for coming. It is a great honour to have you speak to us and for you to participate in this official opening of the new school building. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, teachers. I also acknowledge the traditional owners of this land, and I'd especially welcome the principals from other schools, primary and secondary schools, who are joining us here today. Thank you also to the students that have performed so well musically and led the assembly here. Talented, gifted young people. And thank you, students, for sitting there in the cold so politely and attentively for so long. I won't keep you. I'm so pleased to be here today at such a great school. 10 years and you've grown into the biggest bouncing school in New South Wales. 1,700 students. And isn't it great to hear the noises from the street? Big trucks bringing in building materials. That shows that this community is still growing. It's got life in it, vibrancy, even young blokes in noisy cars. These are the ex-students of this place probably. But they're out there living their life. That's what school does. It prepares you for where you're going. And this school certainly prepares you well. It gives you IT skills, but far more than that, right across the curriculum. It gives you guidance, it gives you good education. It envelops you in this great Australian culture that we have. We know that Cherrybrook is a leading edge school in so many areas. You know that. You go to school here. A lot of you teach here. We know what a good school it is. I won't go through that other than to say we are so proud of this school and what it achieves. And it's good to have fine buildings. Fine buildings don't make a school. They help, but they don't make a fine school. What makes a good school is out here. It's the students, it's the parents, and in particular, it's the teachers. It's the teachers that hold the school together, the care for the kids who come here, day in, day out, that build the future of this country, lesson by lesson. So, my great thanks to the teachers and the leadership team of this great school. I won't keep you. It's great to be here. It's wonderful to be Minister for Education in New South Wales when I'm Minister for schools like Cherrybrook, but also the schools that surround Cherrybrook, the primary schools, the other secondary schools. We're part of a system. No one stands alone in the public education system in New South Wales. We're part of a system. We're strong because of that. So come forward and let's unveil the plaque and declare open the new buildings at Cherrybrook Technology High. Well done. Thank you.
Captains will now present a memento of this occasion to our honourable guests. Thank you all for being with us to share this special occasion. The opening of the new building and this ceremony have undoubtedly made the 10th anniversary of our school more memorable. We would like to invite the official party to tour the new premises with their student guides. Other guests will be escorted to the courtyard behind A Block for morning tea, where they will be entertained by the Cherrybrook Strings and drama act by Year 9 and 10. Thank you. Students, please remain seated.
Okay, everyone smile. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Gotcha. Thank you. Yep, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Good.
That was called Martin Backcheck. That was, well, what was up there? Oh, you're a good man, Kato. Oh, it's so nice and warm.
Where's Anthony? You're there. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Wonderful. Yes, if you can jump in there.
It's only library girls.
So I'm getting close because there's things only for you guys. Yep. Hold the knife there. 1. Joan, stop adjusting your cousin. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Keep your head up, Joan. 1, 2, 3. Gotcha. Thank you. Okay. Let's see, girl, come.
Video, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got me in it.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, hang on, stay there. You got to go the way.
No problem. Okay, we ready? We all there? We got all the takers? 1, 2, 3. Thank you. We got some tags. We're doing well.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you.
See that brown shows up on those knees. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. I've got to go off to class now, I suppose myself. Thanks, guys.
If it goes missing at any time, that means I'm I still would like to do it. I've only, so far I've only got the size by the sheet. We need to get into small, don't we? This is Bevan and I will. This is Bevan did history, geography. Thank you. So every bit.
Yeah, let's get into still.